In this video for the Gorilla Cooking series, we have a pretty simple recipe for you here. It's going to be called Cheater's Beanie Weenies. And why do I call it that? Because it's going to be really simple to throw together, will not take long. Now, you may think, oh, it's just this single can of beans here, put it inside a canteen cup, heat it over a fire, there you go, that's Cheater's Beanie Weenies. No, I'm showing you that you can get Beanie Weenies in the store. This is the size of the cans we used to be able to get from the PX real simply. I used to get a hold of a few cans of these, take them with me to the field for something other than MREs. I used to get these from the PX before I go into the box, the training area at Fort Polk, the Joint Readiness Training Center, or out at Fort Irwin, the National Training Center. This type, all you really need is a spoon. You don't need to heat it up. Just to open it up, it's got plenty of juice inside it that you can easily spoon out the beans and the weenies and that stuff. No problem. Taste is just fine. We are going to make our Beanie Weenies. Now, the batch I'm going to be doing a double batch. So I got a big can of porky beans here and a big can of Vienna sausages, because I'm making a double batch for me and Combat Cameraman so he can try it out and let me know what he thinks of it. Now, if you're doing this for yourself in the field, really all you need, a can of beans of some type, can of Vienna sausages of whatever type that you want. If you're really hungry, go with 2 cans of beans. You can make that inside your canteen cup quite easily. I'm going to be using my mess kit. So first off, we're going to use our fake campfire here. We're going to mix our stuff up. So we got our pot. So while our actual campfire would be prepping, I'd be getting things going. So empty in my beans. Open up my can of sausages here, and I'm just going to pour it in, juice and all, because I will lose some of the moisture while it's cooking. Now, in order to spice this up a bit, I will add some other stuff to it. I know some people are saying, oh, that's too watered down. Remember, when you're over a campfire and that stuff, you're heating stuff up, trying to get the taste just right, you are going to lose moisture. It's going to steam off, it's going to boil off. Now I'm going to make mine barbecue. I'm going to add some packets of barbecue sauce, but if you want to, you can use some dry seasoning of whatever you have available. Now we will put in 2 packets of barbecue sauce I got from a convenience store for this. And I'm just going to add a little bit of black pepper for taste. And then just stir it up so it's all mixed good. And then just let her simmer a bit. Now, Beanie Weenies is a comfort food. It actually is eaten primarily in the southern part of the U.S. Me being from Minnesota originally, I never heard of them till I joined the Army. And then when I joined the Army, it was something that was in the mess hall. And it's kind of like, never heard of this, never thought of this, gave it a try, didn't mind it. Went to the field, seen some cans of it inside the PX, got some of those, tried them out. And it became one of my staples in the field. Now I am working on a deluxe Beanie Weenies recipe. And when I finalize that one, I will do a video on that also. The deluxe version, we will actually go through and use some of the beans from my Red Dawn baked beans recipe. So we'll have homemade baked beans and then a few other ingredients in it. And we'll probably make a larger batch for that one to look towards you're trying to feed a large group of people, your unit, or the people that are at your survival retreat. You're trying to come up with something other than your normal beans and rice and beans, or baked beans. You want to spice it up a little bit. Now it's starting to simmer a little bit. It's just finding that, just like on a real campfire, trying to find that sweet spot where stuff will cook the best. Remember to stir your beans every so often. You do not want to burn them. That will happen, especially with a campfire, underneath your canteen cup or mess kit. Go through, give it a stir every once in a while. Hopefully nothing's sticking to the sides. Make sure to scrape those sides to cut down on things starting to burn. If stuff starts to burn in there, it's going to throw the taste off considerably. Now I do have salt here for if needed, and like you've seen, I have some barbecue seasoning in case we decide to add a little bit more for taste. But I want to see how much the 2 packets of pre-made barbecue sauce, see how much that will affect the taste overall. Cook time on this, I'm going to guess it's probably going to be about 5-10 minutes, give or take. It should not take long because everything is cooked inside the cans during the canning process. So if you want to, you can literally take the stuff out of the can, toss it inside your canteen cup and mix it all together there and just eat it straight. Not an issue. Everything's already cooked. It's just probably better if it's a little warmed. Now I did do some looking up on different recipes for baked Beanie Weenies, and pretty much everyone's doing the exact same thing. The only differences are the type of sausage that's put in there. Are they using just generic hot dogs? Are they using a smoked sausage? Is the sausage already, pre-cooked, or do they gotta fry it beforehand? And then, some people add mustard, other people add barbecue sauce, some people add salt and pepper, some people don't. If you want to, you can make these spicy Beanie Weenies by adding some cayenne pepper or red pepper to this to just kick it up a little bit for something different. Basically, I'm going to go until I have a start of a rapid boil going here. And then figure at that point everything should be good. Like I said, it is not taking much time. And I don't know if you can see it, but I do have steam rising off the mess kit here, I can see it, especially when I stir. And that steam is the excess fluid. Like I said, you're going to lose some. If you're using a thicker baked beans in this, probably have some water available that you can add some in there to prevent your beans from drying out and potentially burning. Smells pretty good. I may want to add a little bit more BBQ seasoning, I think, judging by just smell. But I will do a taste test on it first before I add any more seasoning in there. Do I make beanie weenies at home? Yes, I do. Typically when I do it, it's with some leftover hot dogs or leftover sausage of some type. And then I got a can of beans inside the pantry, figuring out what to do for the meal. Well, throw that together on top of the stove. And do I add barbecue sauce to it when I'm doing it on my stove? Usually I'll use whatever barbecue sauce I have available inside my fridge. Now if you want to, you could pretty easily chop up these little Vienna sausages so that you get more of them spread through there. I'm just leaving them as is. When I do these on the stove here at home, at the homestead, I do chop them up into discs or chunks that are typically about 3/4 of an inch in length. And I think we are pretty much there. So take it off the fire. Now I know I'm going to have some people saying, well, security guy, how am I going to get these items to make this when I'm out in the field if I'm in a resistance situation? Maybe you traded for them. Maybe you got a hold of some of the stuff from a farmer. Maybe you traded for it from a farmer. And he asked you what you wanted, and you said you wanted some canned goods. So there we go. Beanie Weenies. Now we'll pass it off to Combat Cameraman. So that he can try it. I will do a taste test here, and I will get some beans and a weenie on it. Definitely hot. I'm going to try some of the sauce with this, see if it really needs anything else. Yeah, I think it needs a little more barbecue seasoning for my taste. Combat cameraman does not want any more barbecue seasoning. I'm going to add some salt also. Combat cameraman did take some of the salt to add to his. You want some pepper to add to yours too, or no on the pepper? Okay. Yes, that does improve the taste a lot. So maybe if I'm doing a single batch for myself, I'll probably use 2 packets of the pre-made barbecue sauce, or probably figure 2 teaspoons of barbecue seasoning, add some salt, some pepper to it. A double batch like this, I'd probably be thinking 3 to 4 packets of the barbecue sauce, or probably around a tablespoon of the barbecue seasoning, and then salt, pepper to taste. But there you go. Cheaters Beanie Weenies, a comfort food, easy to throw together in the field. You know, if you got the materials and you want something to, you know, just remind you of home a little bit and not the situation that you find yourself in at the time. Now, for all my engineer brothers and the Patriot Militia movements, always remember, essayons.